Well, President Trump and indeed President Moon have a lot of political capital on this upcoming summit, but there is also one big regional player with a lot of say in the outcome, China. President Trump is not particularly happy with their input at this moment.
I will say I'm a little disappointed because when Kim Jong-un had the meeting with President Xi in China, the second meeting, the first meeting we knew about, the second meeting, I think there was a little change in attitude from Kim Jong-un. So I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like it from the standpoint of China.
Well, let's get more on all of this. I'm joined by Balbino Hwang, a former senior advisor at the U.S. State Department and now a visiting professor at Georgetown University. Always great to speak to you and get your perspective. I want to start first on that point that Donald Trump made about China. He went on to say that President Xi has a, quote, world-class poker face. That almost sounded like he was really pointing the finger of blame at China for the change in attitude that we've seen coming out of North Korea.
It was rather interesting that he would make such a blatant point about that. I'm not quite sure why he would say that, especially coming on the heels of a rather quite a turnaround, very, very interesting week in which we saw that he has been playing quite hardball with China on trade. First, we saw that he was talking tough with China on trade, and then he turned right around and it made such a stunning turnaround on ZTE, and then now he's saying this about China on North Korea. So we're really not sure what he is thinking. And yes, we have to understand that North Korea is sending these messages for multiple reasons, and I think that that is probably true. What North Korea was saying last week when North Korea sent these messages was to multiple players for multiple reasons, and I think that that is correct.
President Trump also made some pretty big promises today, saying that the U.S. would guarantee Kim Jong-un's safety if these talks go ahead as planned, and promising to make North Korea great. It sounded like a last-ditch sales pitch to get Kim Jong-un to the table.
I think that that's right. And we have to remember, President Trump is who he is. He is the great negotiator. He's never tried to be anything otherwise. Remember, this is who the American people elected, and this is what the world got. You know, we go back to what his book is, and, you know, this is the reality star that the American people elected.
But the question is, can that translate into real diplomatic policy and debate here, given what is at stake? We heard that the U.S. Vice President warned North Korea, said, don't play Donald Trump, which makes it sound like he can be played.
Well, you know, I think this is exactly what President Trump, though, is exactly doing. He is raising the stakes. This is what the fire and fury speech was all about. This is what the Rocket Man rhetoric was all about. And then he essentially did tone it down. What we saw in several weeks ago when he essentially praised Kim Jong-un by calling him a gentleman, honorable. This is after the inter-Korean summit. He essentially did not, when Kim Jong-un released the 3 American detainees, and after the inter-Korean summit, Kim Jong-un has not essentially done any provocations, has not launched any missiles, and North Korea has essentially no rhetoric, has not done any provocations, and so I think the United States has shown its part by toning down its rhetoric, and the United States, for its part, has done exactly what North Korea has expected, which is to say, given what North Korea wanted, which is security guarantees. That's exactly what President Trump stated today, guaranteed its security.
All right, Balbino Hwang, we'll have to see how this plays out if this summit does indeed take place in the coming weeks. Good to have you with us. Thanks so much.
Thank you.